Check my date. It's not fall yet, so I guess we can handle the 90s. It is still summer. Thanks, Jeremy. A discussion this Saturday encourages people to speak out and speak up against crime, and it will include voices of those most personally impacted. Pastor Jason Mills is here to tell us about it. Welcome to you. And this is something that you feel very strongly about. Why did you think this discussion needed to happen?
Well, to be perfectly honest, as I look at the violence that is happening here in Topeka, I've only been here a very short time, and I'm already nervous. And not only am I nervous, I'm frustrated. Not only am I frustrated, I'm actually getting quite upset about the fact that there's so much violence in a small town and nothing's being done about it. And so I feel that it's time for the community to take that power back and make sure that we make our community a lot safer for everybody who lives here, because I have to live here along with everybody else. So it's time for us to stop being so afraid to speak up and do something to rid us of this violence that has plagued our city.
Community is very important, what you said there, because we have heard from law enforcement officials, we've heard from prosecutors, we've heard from organization leaders. Community is who you are bringing as part of this panel. Who is going to be speaking?
So our most recent shooting death, regrettably, is Mr. Malik Keith. His family will be there, and they will be speaking about the impacts that his murder has had upon them. Also, our very own, well-known in the community, Miss Regina Platt, will be speaking as well. She actually lost her brother due to violence, and justice has not been done for him. She lost other people that she knows, and she'll be speaking about them because justice has not been done for them either. Also, a former member of the Indiana Avenue Church of Christ will be speaking about his brother who was murdered back in 2000, and yet the case has gone cold because no one has come forward. And so they will be there speaking about what has happened to them as a family, and they're going to be urging the community to come forward with whatever information they have so justice can finally be done. We do not want vengeance. We do not want to blame just anybody. We really just want justice for these families so they can have closure, so they can finally have peace, and so they can finally move on with their lives. Also, we'll have other people from the community there to speak about what's been going on. We'll also have law enforcement represented there as well. So the event will be safe, but also we'll give the law enforcement and other people from the community who are pillars to have an opportunity to speak and to offer their action steps, because at the end of the day, that's all we're wanting is action steps so that we can rid our city of the violence.
And it is difficult because there's like fear sometimes that keeps people from coming forward. How do we overcome that and move forward from that?
Well, one, as a man of faith, my soul is prepared. So one, I don't fear retaliation because I understand that outside of this life, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. But also, if the community protects one another, the way they're protecting people who have committed murders, then people will be less afraid to come forward. Also, if we had more police protection, people will feel a little bit more comfortable. And also, not even just that, when there's a suspect and there's enough evidence to at least hold them, once the judicial system does their part, people will feel a lot safer to come forward because a lot of people are fearing retaliation. And so once we rid that fear, many more people will probably come forward.
It's a very important discussion that's going to be taking place. You want people to hear from them. I am applauding these people who are coming forward, sharing very personal stories in order to move this issue forward. This discussion is taking place 1:30 Saturday at Indiana Avenue Church of Christ. That's at 3510 Southeast Indiana. You'll hear from the speakers. You can ask questions while you're there and show your support as well. Jason Mills, appreciate you organizing this and telling us about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa.
We are going to be turning the tables onto something a little more lighthearted. India Mela has some new fun in store for this year's event. We'll tell you about it next.